Hello guys, I did it. I had a breakdown, more or less. Basically, I had a bad day, decided, you know what, I'm sick and tired of not being at dual level max. It should not be this difficult. I'm just gonna get there. And I decided, of course, to play what I believe to be the absolute best deck for this format with Flunder. Because you win quickly, people scoop so easily. You have so many win buttons. It's very, very simple. And, yeah, that's basically it. I know. I haven't actually covered Flunder on this channel, and the reason for that is because, quite frankly, I hate playing against this deck. With that being said, it is a deck you can just turn your brain off and play. It is currently time for me to go to sleep, I will say that. And, I just wanted to show you two duels, just two, with this deck. I'm not going to explain it because this deck is incredibly simple. I will go over why I'm choosing stuff and the lists with which I choose. Actually, I might have 3 replays for you. But yeah, overall, let's just do the quick card by card. Triple Robina, triple Eaglin, double Stree, and 1 Toucan for all of the normal summons. This is pretty standard, I would say. Not going to explain that much. Triple Maxi, triple Ash Blossom, also pretty standard. We have the 1 Barrier Statue of the Stormwinds. We have triple Dimension Shifter. Yes, I crafted 3 of this card. Why? I have a problem. I don't know. We have the 1 Mist Valley Apex Avian, the 1 Mega Ryza, and the 1 M-Pen. Now, this is where I think a lot of people change their minds. You can either run the 2 M-Pen, you can run the 2 Ryza. Realistically, I never found that I wanted the second Ryza. You can also bounce Ryza back to hand if you use the if this card was summoned by tributing a wind monster, you could target an additional card on the field, so you could always do that to bounce it back if you really need to. Never really found that to come up. 1 Harpy's Feather Duster, this came up a lot. The 1 Terraforming, this one actually I didn't see all that often. Triple Pot of Duality, triple Pot of Prosperity, these are just the best ways to find your cards. So there you go. You don't really need the extra deck, and you're not special summoning, although the amount of times I had seen people activate a Maxi on a Pot of Duality is hilarious. We have the triple map, the 1 Unexplored Winds. We have the triple Book of Moon. This is actually very good against, like, just like everything, because it doesn't have a hard once per turn, or even a once per turn. And it allows you to dodge effects like Effect Veiler or Imperm, and it's just very, very good. Double Called By, and the 1 Dreaming Town. As for the extra deck, it is a whole bunch of nonsense. However, there are a few cards in here that are notable. Notably, the Assembled Nightingale, as well as the Zeus. You can technically make these. The rest of the cards don't matter. Assembled Nightingale and Zeus technically do. If you have 2 level 1s on your side of the field, you can just make this and then go into Zeus. It does lock you out of, like, all of the effects of your Flunders, but, like, if turn passes and you need to go into this, there you go. So let's hop into the duels. I'll show you how this deck performs. Before we get on to the rest of the video, did you know that 70% of the people who watch my content aren't subscribed? If you end up liking the content, consider subscribing. You can always unsubscribe later if you end up not liking it. Anyway, let's get on to the rest of the video. Alright, so before we get into this game, I just wanted to say that I actually fell all the way back down to almost rank 17. I was on my D rank game to go to 17. I probably would have stopped playing had that happened. But I just climbed all the way back up, and yeah, I just, like, turned my brain off. I was watching YouTube half of the time. I wasn't actually paying attention. This deck is stupid. I hate this deck. It deserves, in best of ones, this is by far the best deck. No questions asked. It's absolutely insane, because you could just turn your brain off and still win. So yeah, let's just hop into the gameplay, shall we? Should I? No, I shouldn't tell you how to play this deck. But we're playing against a Thunder Dragon, and this was actually a very interesting replay, because I do end up Ash Blossoming here the Chaos Space. They're going to Allure here. They're going to banish themselves a Dark. They're going to search the Thunder Dragon Fusion. They're going to go for the Monster Reborn, and here is where I max C. So I'm going to max C, and they are going to take the challenge, I guess. I have no idea what they were doing here. They tribute summon over the Thunder Dragon for their Hawk. Don't know why. But out comes the Colossus. Now, Colossus, notably, doesn't prevent you from drawing cards. At this point, I stopped paying attention. I have no idea what happens past this point. I was like, okay, Colossus, I can still draw cards. Cool, I have Book of Moon, I'll be fine. So, yeah, they go off, they continue comboing. I saw the Punk cards and was like, okay, what the frick is this? So, yeah, out comes the Cushion on Halka Fibrax, sure, and of course I draw the Maxi before I see the Book of Moon. And I see the Book of Moon and I'm like, oh, right. Yeah, I have an out to this. Because I thought they were going to go Colossus Pass, which literally kills my deck. Into the dirt. I cannot beat Colossus. Unless I specifically draw a Book of Moon or the Tribute Summon. That's it. The way to, like, Tribute Summon over your opponent's monster. Unexplored Winds. Anyway, they're going to keep special summoning. I think they really do try to deck me out here, and you'll see they get very close. I'll tell you how many at the end. But yeah, at this point, I'm not focused. I have no idea what's going on. I'm just like, yeah, yada, yada. I'm really not paying attention. They're going to go for the Croco Dragon. What are they playing? I have no idea what this is. They banish a Necroface. What is this? They end up banishing a whole bunch of crazy cards. They banish the M-Pen. Feels bad. Okay. Yeah, this feels like the deck that was specifically designed to deck opponents out for Maxi. That's it. That's all it feels like. Here's what they end on. Titan. That's it. That's all that they end on. They tried to special summon more. Literally couldn't. Granted, I think they were locked out of Link summoning, which would have helped a bit more. I mean, that's what happens when you go Halka Roridon. So anyway, I have basically everything. Sadly, it's not enough. I would like to see another Book of Moon. Alright, we'll add the Ryza, sure. I'm going to Book of Moon, flip down their Titan, and proceed to play the game. I actually end up banishing the Unexplored Winds because we haven't seen it at this point. And with Toucan in hand, we're going to go for the Toucan. Toucan is going to activate. We're going to add back the Shri as well as the Unexplored Winds. I'm not even going to try and like show you this hand. But there you go. We're going to normal summon the Eaglin and add to our hand the Avian, because of course we still had a search target, and then we are going to be able to go for the Fluwander Rees and the Unexplored Winds. We're going to put back the Ryza, we're going to put back our Book of Moon. I just kind of want to keep cards on our deck, because right now, I have 4 cards. Right, so at the end of his turn, he got me down to, I believe, 6 or 7 cards. I think it was 7 cards, and then I drew for turn, and I've searched 2 thus far. So, he was very close. They were very, very close. And somehow, one of our Book of Moons is banished. One was in gray, or one we used. And I actually draw this one off of the Mega Ryza, because I stack it. So yeah, I draw off of the Unexplored Winds here. But I'm going to clear what I can. We're going to set 5 and pass. Whole bunch of cards go to the graveyard that aren't doing anything. We still have a killer hand. We have the Ash Blossom as well. They're going to search. They're going to send the Water Enchantress. They're going to activate the Water Enchantress. Now, I'm stupid and didn't have my chain on, so I didn't actually call by it, which would have been better. So, whoopsie daisy. So I have to Ash it instead. We're going to go for the Robina here to add back the Eaglin and search out the Stree so that we can get the extra normal summon of our Barrier Statue. Now, the Giant Rex is going to try and deal with the Barrier Statue, and we are going to Book of Moon it. They are going to Tribute set. They tribute 2 cards to set. Okay. Odd, but okay. So we're going to go for the Unexplored Winds. They're going to Ash Blossom. I'm going to Called By. I really want to put some cards back and just see what I can draw, basically. So we're going to put back 2 of the Eaglins here. Yes, animations. Put back 2 Eaglins, and we draw a Book of Moon and another map. Cool. Anyway, we are going to go for the Assembled Nightingale. I talked about this earlier in deck building, or in the deck showcase. Yeah, this card's really good in this particular instance, because we could go into a Zeus. However, I believe we are... Yeah, we're currently locked under the Barrier Statue, so we can't actually do that at the moment. And I ended up wasting my normal summon on Street. I literally could have just, like, tribute it over. But I'm dumb and didn't do that. Anyway, so we're going to set the Book of Moon and the Called By, and that should be enough. They're going to add the Griffin Rider. They're going to send the Griffin Rider. They're going to go to the end phase. Yeah, there's like nothing they can do. Anyway, so now we normal summon the Apex Avian and we win the game. As I said, I wasn't really paying attention. So there you go. Good game. Alright, so what happens when I don't get Max C? So first of all, I'm going to start with the Dimension Shifter because of course I am. We're going to go for the Pot of Prosperity. We're going to reveal 6. And, ooh, Terraforming. And we actually end up seeing Map. So that's pretty good for us. So we're going to go for the map here, and we're going to go for Robina, banish the Eaglin, Robina effect, Eaglin effect, yada yada. Cool. We already have the barrier statue in hand, so there's that. I'm going to go for the Stry here because we have the second Dimension Shifter. So I'm going to banish my own Dimension Shifter to put this Dimension Shifter online. They're going to negate the Eaglin. I am going to normal summon the barrier statue, and Wandering Griffin Rider, ladies and gentlemen, you gotta love him. Why is he a wind? You know what? I'm playing a Floodgate. I shouldn't be too upset. However, with Dimension Shifter, I'm honestly not all that upset. Out comes the Nemesis Corridor. Again, Thunder Dragon Colossus is a hell of a card. Why does it exist? No one knows. Anyway, they're going to go for Crystron Hulk Vibrax here for some reason with their O-Lion. This seems like a terrible, no good, very bad idea, given the fact that everything is going to be banished. They finally realize, maybe I should go Verte. And then they realize they can't send a card to the grave. Now, the problem for them is that I have another Dimension Shifter. However, if you notice what just happened, I actually played this card called Underworld Goddess of the Closed World. For some unknown reason, I could make this card. It was like, hey, you can special summon something. And I was like, oh, cool, what can I special summon? And like, I always keep the Assembled Nightingale. So yeah, I could always go into that. And then I looked over, and it was like, Underworld Goddess. And I was like, huh. And I was checking my opponent's deck, and I was like, okay, yeah, I mean, they already have the Griffin Rider. Okay. Do they have an out to the Underworld Goddess? I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to negate the effects of the Colossus. Doesn't matter. We are going to send it to the graveyard. We're going to activate the Dimension Shifter and pass with a set called by. Out comes the Adventure Engine. They're going to normal Ash Blossom. Add Draco back. To the which I go, sure. Add your Draco back. I don't care. Reason being, it's going to get banished if you end up sending it. So, how are you getting a token and a Draco back on your side of the field? They search out the Water Enchantress. They banish the Draco back. I go, alright, we're good. Literally can't be targeted. Out comes the token. Sure. And out comes the second Draco back. Why? Who is playing 2 of this card? Why are... Sir, why are you playing 2 of this card? Alright, there goes my... okay. I draw 2 can. Good game. But why are you playing 2 Draco back? My opponent scoops here. Yeah, I drew the normal summon. I got very lucky, to be fair. But I'm also playing the out, apparently, in Goddess of the Closed World. And apparently they're playing 2 of the outs. Why are you playing 2 Draco back? Alright, and here we are in the 3rd game. This was actually my rank-up game, and it starts off with a Dimension Shifter in my standby phase. Reason being, I needed it for Stree. So we are going to normal the Eaglin, search out the M-Pen, normal Stree, banish the Dimension Shifter, and then normal summon the M-Pen. M-Pen is going to allow us to add back the Eaglin as well. So yeah, we're going to pass the turn with a set Dreaming Town and a set Book of Moon with Ash Blossom as well. And down comes the Pot of Duality, and of course it is a mirror match to decide my fate. Down comes the Robina. I am going to Ash Blossom here, negating it. They're going to go for the Unexplored Winds. They're going to shuffle back the Eaglin as well as the Stree, and now out comes the map. So they're going to end the turn. Now, notably, this card is rather interesting. If your opponent normal summons a monster, immediately after this effect resolves, normal summon. there are kind of ways to play around this. One, if your opponent doesn't have anything, that'll do it. But two, you just don't normal summon. It's pretty simple. However, I just kind of get lucky here. My opponent just doesn't end up having anything. So we're going to add our map of our own. We're going to reveal the Eaglin. We're going to banish the Robina, normal the Eaglin, activate Robina. They're going to go Effect Veiler. I am going to go Book of Moon. They are going to go Effect Veiler. They don't know how Effect Veiler works. Our guy gets shuffled to the bottom, flipped face down, and we still get the search because the target is no longer on the field for it to be negated. Good game. So we're back with the deck, and in all honesty, I hate this deck. I hate playing against it. And I hate this event. And the fact that it forced me to play this deck. Could I have played something else? Yes. Would it have taken more brain power? Yes. Would I have actively ruined my own chances because of that active brain power that was needed to play said deck? Yes. That's why we played Flunder. Flunder is by far the easiest deck, and I hate how easy it is. And how absolutely insane it is for this event. You win quickly, as I mentioned. You can play it very easily. You can do a myriad of other things on, like, the entire rest of the time you're playing, because you don't even need to be paying attention. You just normal, cool. It's I don't know what to say. I'll probably eventually play this deck again when it gets the new support. I hope, at the very least, Barrier Statue is banned. At the very least, Barrier Statue is banned. I would also like Robina to just be destroyed and banned. Just ban the card. Just ban the card. Sounds like a good idea. Sounds like a great idea. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. I hope that you guys did indeed enjoy. If you did, a like is very much so appreciated. And if you want to check out more content like this, as well as more Yu-Gi-Oh!, then just be sure to subscribe. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. And remember to always stay frosty. Bye-bye.